What is happening, people? So I wanted to do a video about this whole thing that's going on with the Bad Bunny situation, and it just seems like a lot of people are angry about Bad Bunny playing in the Super Bowl, and it doesn't make any sense. I mean, obviously, he is an American. He's from Puerto Rico. In case you didn't know that, a lot of people seem to think that Puerto Rico is some country outside of the United States, and it's really just a territory. It is part of the United States, and actually, he is a citizen of the United States. He just happens to speak Spanish and sing in Spanish. That's all. But anyway, I'm looking at all this information about this Danica Patrick. I have some information from her getting angry basically about this whole thing. She's pretty much, upset about it, and wants. I guess she's proposing an alternative Super Bowl halftime show with this, after she found out about the Bad Bunny situation. And it just, sadly, it just shows the division in everybody. Like, I just kind of wish people weren't just not so divided into this whole thing and just let the man play. I mean, obviously, he has a lot of fans. I mean, he sold millions of records. I mean, if you look at him, he's always trending on TikTok. He's all over the place. If you speak Spanish, you know about him. So it's not like, it's not like it's a big deal that he's playing, obviously. I mean, to most of us, of course, but in this video here that I have with Tommy Lauren, it's just really sad. She didn't even know. She didn't even know that Bad Bunny was an American. It's so sad because, you hope people are more cultured and understand that there's different, even if you, and I've always saw that, and there's different types of people that are, more on the right side. And I see them, some of them are more open-minded, of course, but then there's just so many of them that are not open-minded, and it just kind of shows the R word. And I want to say it because obviously, this is YouTube and I try not to talk about these topics, but when I'm seeing all these people, I mean, I only picked two, but there's just so many people in the political business that literally are so against some guy singing a couple of songs for 14 minutes on a Super Bowl. I mean, some people just want to boycott the whole thing. I mean, go ahead, boycott it if you want to. I mean, I'm just saying, it kind of makes us look bad in a sense, because you have people that are so, they just want their own people. Some people are suggesting Kid Rock. And the truth is, Kid Rock does not have that many songs, honestly, and does not have that much popularity. It'll just be a snooze fest to most people if Chris Rock Kid Rock. I mean, if he plays there, I'm really not gonna see him. I don't think I see him as someone that has that many songs, other than the Cowboy song and a few other songs that he has. But anyway, I want to play this clip for you about Tommy Lauren. I think she was Fox. I think she's on Fox. I'm not sure. Anyway, she's one of these commentators. She didn't even know that this dude is Puerto Rican and the Puerto Ricans are Americans.
But do you think Bad Bunny is a good choice for the Super Bowl?
I'm not that knowledgeable about him, but it seems fine, and I don't know why it's a big deal. Seems like a great American artist, so sure.
He's not an American artist, but
he's Puerto Rican. That's part of America, dear.
Yeah, you don't think you have any problem with him saying the ICE is, well, I'm sure you don't, mother effers and sons of and that he's not going to perform here due to immigration?
America agrees with him on that. Majority of Americans think ICE has gone too far. They've watched videos of 79-year-old business owners be slammed to the ground.
And that's the thing. When people talk about ICE, yeah, there are situations where ICE has gone too far. And I actually have a clip for you guys, so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. There are people that are getting, caught up with situations, and they're actually American citizens. There's tons of people. I've talked about it in the past. If you don't want to believe it because it's not happening to you, whatever, it will eventually happen to you, especially if you look a certain way. Anyway, let me put this.
Found and their ribs broken by ICE. So I think the American people are probably on board with that message at this point, Tommy.
Anyway, so that was a video someone posted on Twitter from a TikTok. But yeah, this is the Danica Patrick. But really, this thing here with Chicago, the raids in Chicago that's happening, you would think Chicago, a predominantly black city, wouldn't be having these issues with these agents are arresting people and these ICE raids over there. Americans getting caught up with this. It's a very sad situation, of course. Obviously, let me ask you guys, what do you guys think about this whole thing? We're gonna be doing some more videos like this or similar for a few days here. So I wanted to get you guys' attention on this. Let me know what you think about it. Leave us a comment below, of course. I always like to respond to the comments. If you are going to be saying negative things, just be careful because we don't really tolerate that kind of stuff here. So I'm gonna put this video here to let you know what's going on in Chicago. Now, this is kind of a news article here. ICE raids seemingly begin to target BLK citizens following overnight arrest in Chicago South Side neighborhood. So they're going into Chicago South Side. They're catching people, arresting them for hours. Obviously, they're going to find out these people have legal statuses in this country. They're Americans. But it's the stress and the headache they're putting them through. And it's predominantly a BLK neighborhood, which is really, really crazy because, they're Americans and they shouldn't be put through this process. No one should be put through this process, obviously. But if you're going to be putting people through this process, at least make sure that people that you're getting or arresting are people that are illegal and that are criminals or whatever. But anyway, check this out. Put the clip.
Woman who actually lives in this building, and she says she was detained by ICE agents overnight, and she says they took every.
She said overnight. That's ridiculous that people would do that. And again, I am not, I'm not trying to talk too much about politics on this channel, but it is so sad that people that are actual citizens are getting caught up with this stuff. It's just, it's really, really insane.
And then asked questions later.
They just treated us like we were nothing.
Patricia Fisher says she came out to the hallway of
So treated like nothing, huh?
her apartment complex on the corner of 75th and South Shore Drive in her nightgown around 10 Monday night, only to find ICE agents yelling police.
And it's, if you're going to be sending the police inside these buildings or whatever, at least make sure you're coming in to get people that are actually in the country illegally that you're looking for. But to go after citizens is just really sad. And I really hope this is, I do want to say this, because this is the news. And sometimes in the news there's always lies and things going on. So I do want to say, hopefully, I'm hoping this is actually not true, because if it is true, this is not a good thing. We're heading the worst direction. And what's next is the question that I ask. What is next if they're doing this to Americans?
It was scary because I've never had a gun put in my face. They asked my name and my date of birth and asked me did I have any warrants, and I told them no, I didn't.
She says she was then handcuffed and released around 3 a.m. Fisher says she was told if anyone had any kind of warrant out for. I spoke to one woman.
So there's that clip.
Even if it was unrelated to immigration, they would not be released. Citizen App video shows the chaotic scene overnight. Neighbors tell us there were dozens of ICE agents. Neighbors like
It looks like somebody had done a flashbang. That's what's going on in Chicago. I mean, I know Chicago was a dangerous. It's a dangerous little town. We all know that. But man, when they're going out to Americans, that's just not right. And I hope, again, like I said, I hope this is wrong. I hope this is a news article that is, sometimes they kind of make things bigger than what they are. So this is what I'm hoping for, that it's just something like that. But again, I mean, those are people living there. They're saying this stuff. So it's kind of, I'm just saying, if they're saying that, it must be a reason why they're saying it. I mean, why would anybody make this stuff up? But anyway.
Ebony Watson says they ducked for cover as they heard several flashbangs go off.
They was terrified. The kids was crying. People was screaming. They looked very distraught. I was out there crying when I seen the little girl come around the corner. Because they was bringing the kids out too. Had them zip tied to each other. And that's all I kept asking. Where's the morality? Where's the human? One of them literally laughed. He was standing right here. He said, them kids.
Watson says, but even if it was unrelated to immigration, they would not be released. Citizen App.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem also showed up to the facility today, seen on the roof with Border Patrol Chief Gregory Bavino. There was also much more of a federal presence from DHS, Border Patrol, and ATF, as well as...
Anyway, so it looks like they're just talking about that part. So let me know what you guys think about this. Are they going overboard? It looks pretty bad. Again, I don't trust the news always, especially mainstream news. So I take this, but I don't know if I don't know if this is fake either. It looks like it's real, So definitely leave us a comment. Let us know. Let's have a conversation about this. Should they have done this? Obviously, it's a horrible thing, and we hope that it's not true. But chances are, who never knows. But anyway. With that, I'm going to head out. I'll see y'all in the next video.